It's Lane with Crafty Life Mom. I am back again today with my friend Rachel, who was given a silhouette for Christmas. She has been waiting for 2 days to come over and bring in the box her silhouette and her computer. So today we are going to open the box, see what's inside, and set it up for her. So Rachel is getting into monogramming and making all the things, and I actually have a surprise for her. We're going to be making my shirt for her to take home today. So we're going to do another one of these so that she can take it home and learn how to use her Silhouette Cameo machine once she gets home all by herself. So stay tuned and let's get started. Okay guys, so we're going to go ahead and get started opening up the box. Just like yesterday's video, Cricut has two toppers, just like the Silhouette does. So open up the two top lids of the box. But on the actual Silhouette box, and this is one thing that I actually love, it tells you right there, printed instructions with a link on how to set up the machine. So there's a print of it on the actual box, and then they also include it in this little card that's inside. And it tells you right there exactly where to go to set up your Silhouette Cameo. Then once you do that, now it's been a while since I have actually opened up a Silhouette because all of mine have been out of the box for a long time working and whatever. So we're going to kind of go through this together new, but I'm pretty sure I know what everything is in the box. So very similar to what you have with every machine, you have the power cord, which you're going to need. So we can go ahead and open that, and I'll let you start opening that. And then we have our USB cord in here. And you also have some tools, which is really nice. One of them is actually a cutter, so it can slice paper and things open, and then your blade, which is one of the most important pieces. So I'm going to keep that in here so we know. And then your warranty is also in that package. So we also have the power cord that we're going to need. And then Silhouette, they actually package their mats on top, whereas the Cricut, I noticed they kind of have them on the bottom. And that's to prevent as much less curl from happening as opposed to it bending or anything like that while it's being shipped or in the box. So once it runs through the machine a few times, this will flatten out, so you don't need to worry if it does have a curl in it. And then is the machine, just like that. It's packaged in there very nicely, very snug inside with styrofoam blocks, and it is kind of hard to get out, but we're going to do it. We're going to get it out. Just lift that side right there, and look, okay, you put the box aside. Here is the machine. So it is cased in these huge styrofoam blocks, and then it also has its own styrofoam sheet, very similar to the Cricut. And then it also is kind of taped down so that it prevents any moving or anything like that with the motors inside. And it's so nice and white and shiny. I just love it. I'm a Silhouette girl, I think. Okay, and then you can see here it has the tape to actually hold everything down in place. So we're going to remove that. And they have these little tabs so it doesn't stick. We're going to remove that, and I'll show you how the lid opens. Can't really see. Like this. And then you can also see that this Silhouette Cameo is a dual plug system. So you see here it's all encased down. And this machine is actually lightweight, which means it's easier to hold. Not that you're going to be holding it, but a lot easier. And you can just remove all the tape here. And then they have all the cartridges taped down too. So I'm going to put it down to do that. And just show you everything. So it's not a lot to get it open. It's kind of easy. So don't be intimidated if this is your first one, if you're opening up for the first time. But there you go. And then the Silhouette has this little tray down here that shoots out and then has these lift tops for storage. And they actually have a little grid in there to show you you can put your tools in there. So that's kind of nice, like your tools for weeding. And then they also have a picture showing you to put that little blade cutter I showed you earlier in this little spot. So you always have it handy when you need it, and then you can just slide this back in. So it's a nice little tray that you have. So I'm going to go ahead and flip the camera around over top so you can see it's connected to her laptop. Okay, I have flipped the camera back around so you can kind of see an overview with her laptop. And I pulled out the instructions that has the silhouetteamerica.com/setup. So we're going to be visiting that. But before we get started, we're going to be plugging it in. So you have your power cord, just like normal. You take the power plug and put it into your plug. And I actually have a power strip back here in my craft nook here. And then I'm going to move this to the back. And I'm going to provide power to the Silhouette machine. And on the Silhouette, it is actually right here on the right side of the machine. And I love this because I put my laptop right to the right, and so the cords are like right there. There's no weaving around and anything like that in the back. So I do love that. So plug that in there. And then we're going to put the USB plug in. One to the computer and the other one is to the machine, and that goes in right here. And then there's also a USB jump here for like USB memory. So that's pretty cool because I don't believe one of my machines has that, and I think that's a newer feature with this model. And then the power button is also right here. So once I get it plugged up to the laptop, we will go ahead and turn it on and head to SilhouetteAmerica.com. So we plugged it in here. We're going to turn on the computer, and she actually has a Mac just like me, so that's cool. Do I need to power it on? And we're going to plug on or turn on the Silhouette, and you can hear it is actually scanning and setting up for the first time. And you can see here there's a menu here, and we are going to push English, and then it also has an arrow for the next selection. And would you like to enable help icons? We're going to say no because she has me and it's very easy. Would you like to view the tutorials? And you can view the tutorials if you don't know and you're fearful, but right now you do not need them. We're going to go ahead and move on to just beginning using our Silhouette machine, and we're going to go ahead and hit the next button. And now it is actually ready. She can load a mat, unload a mat, and make her first cut. So I'm going to flip the camera around and we'll get started showing you the setup for the online software. Okay, I am at the SilhouetteAmerica.com/setup website. This is the Silhouette America website that you go to. This is their page for setting up your Silhouette machine, your Cameo machine. So they've detected English as our language, which is correct, and so I'm going to go ahead and click continue here. And it takes you to a page where you actually can see all the machines that Silhouette currently has available. And you will select the model that you are going to be connecting. The most popular one, or the latest brand version, is the Cameo 3. There is some older Cameos on this page, but for the most part, most people will be buying the Silhouette Cameo 3 when you are buying a Silhouette product. So I'm going to select the Cameo 3. And then it's going to take you to a page where you will actually register your machine. And this is where you will enter in your name and your email, and you will actually create a password. You will want to also enter in your address information and everything else there. The most important part here is the serial number, and that is actually located on the back of your machine, on its physical back side where you put the plugs in. There is a barcode there, and underneath the barcode is a series of numbers and letters. That is the serial number you'll want to enter in this section here and register your machine. Once you
do that and you put in your design preferences, you will actually be given a code that will unlock a free trial subscription to the Silhouette Studio store. And in that store, you can download designs for as low as $1 and sometimes a few dollars. And they even have sales where you can get designs as low as $0.25. So what's really cool is once you put in your serial number and you register your machine, they return back to you a code that's kind of like a unique coupon code to you that gets you 1 month free into their store. Then from there on, you can buy a subscription or buy designs as you want to, when you want to. So it's up to you how you want to use the Silhouette store. So you're going to go ahead and submit that registration. And they tell you here if you're having trouble finding the serial number where it can be found, and it offers the full warranty with it. So that's what you want to do next. You'll continue to the next step, which is the step number 2, which is actually checking your box contents. And we went over this in the first part of the video where you have your machine, your power cord, and your USB cord that actually connects to the internet. You got a cutting mat and a blade, and then you got the cross-cut blade as well. So just double check that you have all the parts, and you can see here where it was telling you how everything is taped down, and you can see everything that connects to your machine. This is the plugs that we showed you earlier, and just on the back side of the machine, back on the corner, it's either on this side or that side now, I can't remember. That's where you'll find the barcode or the serial number for your machine. Once you do that, you'll want to continue to the next step, which is step number 3, and that is where you're going to actually download and install the Silhouette Studio software. So the software is not internet-based. It is actually something that you put on your computer, and that's kind of cool because you do not need the internet in order to open up the software and make a design and cut. So if your internet is a little, in and out, or it's not the greatest, you don't have to worry because you do not need it to actually work and use your machine. You're going to want to go ahead and check the computer type that you're working with and download the software that works with your machine, that works with your computer. And then once you run and download the software, it's going to be fully set up, and there'll be installation instructions along the way. So once you get done, you will actually have a desktop icon. This one right here that you see that I'm circling. Mine is down here on the dock, and you can see that it is right here, and it is there ready to use. And every time I go in here, which is practically every day, I have my Silhouette Studio software right there ready to use. And like I said, the beauty of it is you do not need the internet to open it and get to work. So once you do all of that, you do have a couple of extra steps here, which is where you'll claim your free month subscription, and you'll enter in that unique code that it gives you once you click your registration. So you can go ahead and unlock your month that's free. Then they also have some free shapes and designs here that you can use specific to your certain machine. And then there's some tutorials here where you can learn how to use the Silhouette, and then the option to add the Bluetooth to your Cameo. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is, since these are kind of like all bonus steps, that are things that you don't necessarily need to do in order to get started, I'm going to go ahead and open up the software and show you exactly what it looks like once you open it. So this is what the software looks like, and as you can see here, it has a mat ready for you to use, and this is the actual page setup. I am right here on this white icon here, which actually shows the white mat. I'm not going to go through every part of this in this video, but what I do want to point out is that if you don't want the grid to show on your mat, you can simply uncheck this box and that grid goes away and you have a blank canvas. I, for one, personally like to show the grid because if I'm working on a monogram that's like 3 by 3 inches, I want to know how big or how small I need to size my monogram. So that is the one thing that I like to have and have the grid for. From here, it's pretty much like working in a Word document or any other basic design software if you're familiar with that. You have your fonts here where you can actually put your cursor and actually put in a word here. So as I'm typing out this word, you can see that I have my word here, and once I have it typed, you can select off of it and then select it and then move it around anywhere on your mat. So if I want this to cut, I need to actually have it, let's just say I put it at the top here, but I'm going to center it just to kind of leave a space. I can actually cut this design out in however many squares this is here, and it looks like it's 8 total. So my vinyl needs to be at least 2 inches tall by 8 inches wide, and I like to allow a little bit extra just in case I'm a little off on my calculation or anything like that. So that is very quickly how easily you can get started putting in designs. What I'm going to walk you through now is actually how you can download an SVG design, which is an SVG file. You can get them for free all over the internet, or you can actually purchase them. If you go to my website, CraftyLifeMom.com, and you head over to the resource library, all email subscribers can actually get a access to my complete entire resource library. All you need to do is you can either fill out the box here and it will give you access with a free craft project planner printable along with the password that you can enter in to access the library. The password is emailed directly to you, and once you get your password you can enter it here and it will unlock the library. So the shirt that I was showing in the video earlier for Rachel was the 2019 Y'all shirt design that I created, and you can actually download that design here for free. It's at the bottom of the list, and what you'll want to do is just go ahead and open that design, and as you see here, it is a zip drive that downloads to your computer. So what you'll want to do from there is just go ahead and open that up and unzip that file, meaning if this is the zipped version, you'll want to unzip it so that you have the file folder version of it. And when you open that, you will see we have the different variations. I actually include the Silhouette Studio file if you are a Silhouette user. However, if you're new to using Silhouette, or if you have a Cricut, you can download the SVG and pull it into the Silhouette software just as easy as you can into the Cricut software. So that's the cool thing about that. I include both options when you download from my resource library. So I'm going to go back into my Silhouette Studio, and I'm going to go ahead and just remove that, and I'm going to open up the SVG file that we just downloaded from the blog, and I'm going to click the Open box. And I am going into the folder here, and I'm going to select the SVG file. You can also select this tab, and I will do both just so you can see. Well, we're going to start with the SVG. I'm going to click OK, and I'm going to open it. And as you can see here, it opens up onto the mat. And what I'm going to do is just go ahead, and for whatever reason it's made it sideways, I'm going to set this to the automatic Cameo version and just resize it down to fit onto the mat. So there is the design. Now if you want to open up the Silhouette Studio file, you can, because you do have that downloaded as well. You're going to go to Open and just select the Silhouette Studio file, click OK, and it's going to bring it right into your mat there. So you can see this is the Silhouette version, and then this is the SVG version. One of them includes the grid and the other one doesn't, and it's just totally a preference and up to you. From here you can go ahead and either mirror this if you're going to be putting it onto a t-shirt. Just right click, flip horizontal, and you are ready to go and send this to your Silhouette machine. Hey guys, I just wanted to come back really quick and say if you have any questions, be sure to put them down in the comments below and I will respond back to them. Or you can actually go to CraftyLifeMom.com, click on the contact tab at the very top and enter in your name, your email information, and any question that you have there. Or if you'd like to see any other tutorials or have any other questions about how to work your Silhouette or your Cricut, I would be happy to show you and create a new video. Just let me know either in the contacts or the comments box below, and I will make sure that I get those up for you. Be sure that you like this video and that you click subscribe, and I will see you next time in the next video.